The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
This is MC Alfie. Listen, I'm just chilling. Jimmy Sayo sitting down and designing. Why every man in the thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. Can't test me. Pick up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Pick up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, punk yo, wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. We've got Robert Cool Bell from Kool and the Gang coming on. We got Kenny Aronoff, one of the greatest drummers in music history. It's going to be a blast. Before we get started, let's say hi to everybody. Starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, from now on, when you introduce us, excuse me, when you introduce me, you have to introduce Astro, because Astro seems to be on the show every week. And everyone, this is Astro, our little 10-pound bundle of joy.
He's like 7 pounds.
7 pounds. We love him because I love this dog.
There you go. So what's up, everybody? We got a great show for you today. We have a full chat room. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat room. We got Anton Country Super, who is in Australia. Hey, Anton. Teresa Sabin, how you doing? Lady Lake Music, who says she loves our shirts. Jane Doe, who's Angela Joseph.
It's your mic.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that again.
Because you have to get a new mic.
Okay, Angela Joseph. Lady Lake. Oh, wait, I went so fast now. I don't know who else is in there. B. Claudia just joined us in Germany. Hey, B. Claudia, how you doing? And we're going to have a really fun show for you guys today. Hope everybody is doing well, being safe, and enjoying things. And I'm super excited for today's show.
Oh, I am also, because I have a reason why I love that group so much, and I'll explain it when he comes on. First off, I just want to say to Angela Joseph, Angie Baby, thank you for that sweet comment you wrote on Facebook about making my day interesting and happy when we shoot Clown Motel 2. We have just gotten our rules and regulations from, I don't know who, probably Adolf Hitler's spirit, but somebody gave rules and regulations. They're not allowed to have
SAG.
more. Oh, fuck SAG. I mean, really and truly, I'm going to quit. Can you quit SAG? Can you tell them to go screw themselves?
No.
I think it's only 3 people are allowed on a set. Okay, so it's Joe and myself, and I forgot.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Yes, it is. You can't do crowd scenes. You can't
do a crowd scene, but you can have more than 3 people. Otherwise, you couldn't make a.
No, they want no kissing. So Joe Kelly and I are not allowed to make.
That's true. You're not allowed to kiss.
Because I wanted to make the whole, my whole shot kissing Joe Kelly, 2 soldiers in heat. But anyway, no. So it just so many restrictions, and they've made restrictions already before the virus. The restriction was no cursing, no picking up each other, no nasty talk like, hey, baby, you got big tits. You can't do any of that.
Right.
Years ago, we could do anything we wanted. We used to have such fun on the set. I mean, we would say silly. I mean, major stars. I won't even mention who they are, but major multi-million-dollar salaried stars. Well, one, Clark Gable. Jane Russell was singing about apples on her tree. And Clark Gable was laying down next to her off camera. And he said, come over here, Jane. I'll eat your apples, or I'll play with your apples. Anyway, silly stuff like that we used to giggle from and have a good time. Not allowed. I was being wired for, I think it was the Big Friggin' Rat. And the guy had difficulty getting my wire up my trousers to my battery pack. So I said, just a minute. I dropped my pants. And I was in underwear, and he was down there, and he said, oh, that's much better. And I said, okay, by the way, while you're down there. And it's a joke, but I got in trouble.
Yeah, you can't joke about stuff like that anymore.
Oh, yeah. Lionsgate went berserk, and Lionsgate, somebody said, tell Russell to cool it. Because, I make jokes about Sherry Davis and her wonderful cleavage whenever we work together. And, of course, all the girls we work with, Sadie Katz, our mouth is so bad, the 2 of us together, they have to contain us. You know, we have mouths. It's a potty mouths. I hate that expression, potty. My mouth is not a shit mouth. It's a funny mouth. Anyway, we have to go to work now, and it's got to be like no more fun. You go in, you read your lines, and you get out. You're off the set. You can't hang out. I don't think Jimmy's allowed on the set anymore when I work, and I really like him to be there.
It's all crazy now. You can't crack any jokes.
No, it's just so sad because our industry has gotten to be really, what's the word I'm looking for? Fucked up, I guess. That's a good word. But anyway, thank you, Angie Baby, for saying that you're going to make my stay on the set of Clown Motel 2 a happy one.
She said she booked all her plane tickets already.
For what?
For Clown Motel.
Oh, right. She's in Colorado. Right. I can't wait to see you, Bubby. So we could talk about a lot of things that we can't talk about on the air, but we can in private. I
want to send some healing energy to B. Claudia.
Yes,
so
B. Claudia.
Got some back problems and everything, and so we love you, B, and we hope you take care of yourself. And we're sending healing vibes.
As I wrote on B's page, life is so worth living, no matter what. And that's so true. So if you have to walk with a cane for a little while because your back is out, you're still alive. Be grateful. Also, Lorene Landon,
we love you, Lorene,
who went to the hospital for a few days for a minor complication, is well and is home, and we're happy for that. Lorene Landon, by the way, is a queen of horror movies and other movies. Those of you out there who know who Lorene is, you're all in her corner wishing for her health.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
We
love her.
She has stage 4 kidney failure. And they're waiting now for a kidney, and she's okay. She doesn't need dialysis yet, but she's okay. So everything looks positive with Lorene. So if any of you out there know of anybody that's looking to give away a kidney, call us. Get in contact with us.
Absolutely. So hope everybody is doing well. I know everybody's tired of sitting in. I know the world is opening up in certain places. I read that some movie theaters are starting to open up as soon as this Friday.
Yeah, but that sucks too. You know why?
I won't be going.
I can't sit next to you.
Oh yeah, two people that go together can sit next to each other.
We can?
Can't they? Oh, I don't know that. I didn't read that.
But can we have sex like we always did?
Not in the movie theater.
Well, we used to always have sex.
I know, but we can't do that anymore. That was only when there was like nobody in the theater.
No, no. That's not true. I used to get a big box of popcorn and put my penis in the popcorn, and then he'd put his hand in the popcorn pretending to grab popcorn, but he was really feeling my penis. And it was a nice little gesture. It was called cock pop.
Yeah.
That's all lies, baby. Hey, folks, that's only fun and jokes. Don't take it seriously.
That's the kind of show we can't do on set.
No, but it's, you know what? If we've lost our senses of humor with what's going on in the world today, we're going to become a very bitter, jaded, ugly race of people. Americans are on the verge of being just negative, horrible, vicious, evil, wicked people. And we've got to change that. We've got to go back to being happy. We're a country that has more than other countries have. We live better than most countries live. We have so much to be grateful for living in our country.
Absolutely. And Hollywood is reopening June 12th. Georgia has already opened up. A lot of your TV shows that are filmed in Georgia are starting to get back to work. So new content will be coming out for everybody. Believe it or not, it's the time for the indie filmmaker because, they make scenes with only a few people in them since you can't really do crowd scenes. So it's going to be really, really good. And I'm looking forward to it because we've got a whole bunch of projects that we're working on that are in different stages of development. Ron's got a bunch of films he's in that are coming out. We're super excited for Clown Motel 2. It's going to be a blast. And
well, it has to be a blast because the first one was a riot. It was a fabulous film. I sat there and I couldn't believe what I saw. And I said to Jimmy, oh my God, this film is so bad that it's wonderful. And if you understand that analogy, it was done as campy and spoofy as you can. And the pig was the pig. I mean, he's a Joe. I love Joe. Peretti?
Well, no, that's not his name. His name is
Joe Peretti.
No, it's not Joe Peretti.
What is it?
It's something like that.
Angie, what's his name? It's Joe Peretti.
No, what's the guy's name who plays Hammy?
He's my friend on Facebook. I love him.
Come on, Angie. I forgot his name. It's
Joe Peretti.
It's not Peretti, though. I don't think so. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong.
It is Peretti. He's Italian. I don't forget Italians' names.
Anyway,
he was
Johnny.
It's
not Joe. It's Johnny.
Johnny Peretti. Sorry.
Hammy Johnny.
Hammy Johnny. I love you. And he's in the film again. I hope, and I hope he's playing Hammy again.
It's Perotti.
Perotti.
Johnny Perotti.
Well, Peretti is an Italian. Perotti is English. Peretti is Italian. I know
Okay.
the name Peretti. I know people named Peretti.
What's Perotti?
That's Perotti.
Yeah, Perotti.
And that's in Italian. Si chiama
Okay.
Giovanni Perotti.
There you
All right.
go.
Don't
Oh,
talk-
look at B. Claudia says she's super excited for the guest. So one of our guests is here, you guys. We're going to go ahead and bring him on.
Yep.
Go ahead and bring him into the show, please, Rebel. Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm on lockdown in O-Town, better known as Orlando. Been here for about 10 weeks.
That's
Well,
good.
what did you say? You're on lockdown in Motown?
In O-Town. He's in
I thought he
Orlando.
said Motown. I said, how lucky
No,
can you be?
O-Town is like Orlando. They changed the name to O-Town.
Yes, I'm from Florida, so I used to go there all the time.
So you know what I'm talking about then.
Absolutely, but I don't know what it's like being in lockdown there. But hang on, let's do an introduction first, so everybody knows who we're talking to. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, 7-time Grammy and American Music Award winner and founding member of the legendary pop group Kool in the Gang, Robert Kool Bell. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
We are fabulous. Let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hey, baby. You know, you mean a little bit more to me than most people, and I'll explain why.
No,
daughter-
wait, don't explain why yet. Wait, come back to that.
Oh, are you the director of this fucking show now?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I want to introduce everybody, and I want him to say hi to
Oh, okay,
everybody.
okay.
All right, so
I
hang
didn't know
on.
that.
We're married. We argue all the time. Don't worry about it. It's normal. So we have a chat room with people literally all over the country. I mean, all over countries. And so please say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello there.
And then we have a lady, her name is B. Claudia, and she's in Germany. And she said, "Oh my God, I'm dead. Hello." She's so excited that you're here. So please say hi. Make a special hi to B. Claudia, please.
That's Claudia?
Yeah, B. Claudia, like a bumblebee.
Oh, B-Bone.
Yeah, B. Claudia.
Now, Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes, now you may speak.
My daughter Leslie was up for Miss Long Island, teenage Long Island, in a what is it called, beauty pageant, and she won. And when she came down the runway to make her, her award-winning walk, they played Celebration. So Celebration to me, when I'm getting choked up. So Celebration to me, whenever I hear Celebration, I see my daughter winning and walking down the runway. What a beautiful song, and what a beautiful memory.
Well,
Thank you very much.
whoever got the headphones on, I think I better put mine on also.
Okay, yeah, put them on. So
One
that way
second.
you can hear us. I
Yeah.
actually,
Let me get wired for sound. Hold on.
okay, no problem. We want to hear you. I love the guitar that you got sitting there in the background. And it's all fun and games. So everybody, so there you go. See now, B says she's double dead. She's so excited. Can you hear us better now?
He's
Can you hear
turning
me?
me up now.
Okay, good. All right. Did you hear Ron's story?
I still can't hear you on the headphones yet.
Oh, wow. I wonder why he can't hear us.
You never heard what I said about your song Celebration?
Hold on.
Oh,
Are you plugged in?
Yeah.
Can you hear us or no? You can't hear us?
Take them off.
Can you hear us?
Do it now. Hold on. Okay. I took them off. I think I can hear you better. I'm not hearing you in the headphones.
Okay, can you hear us now? We'll try and talk a little louder.
Yeah. Okay, I can hear you a little better now. Yeah.
Did you get to hear Ron's story or not?
Excuse
No.
me?
Did you hear Ron's story or not?
I'm Ron.
This is Ron. Did you hear his story that he told you about the song Celebration or no?
No, that part I couldn't hear at the time. Ron, can you repeat that one again?
All
I'll
right.
tell you again. My daughter Leslie was up for Miss Long Island in the beauty pageant, and she won. And when she made the walk down the runway, they played Celebration. So to me, your song means so much more than it does to many people, because when I hear it, I think of my daughter walking on the runway winning Miss Long Island. And like I said before, for that, I thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Did you hear that?
Yes, he heard that one.
Was a part
It's
of
true.
that.
Your song Celebration was fabulous. It's used all the time whenever people are out to celebrate something. All of your songs are great. You're a great group. I mean, I've been around with you guys. I'm an old goat, so I've been around with you guys for a long time. I know all your music, every bit of it. Great music. I'm excited that you're on our show because sometimes people come on our show that I really don't like their music, and it's hard for me to lie a little bit. But with you, it's nice. I don't have to lie. I tell the truth. I love your music.
Well, thank
Everybody
you for the
does.
support, Ron.
Huh?
Thank you for the support for so many years.
Oh, no, it's true. But everybody that's tuning in, we have over 5 million people right now from all over the world watching us, and they all love your music. I mean, you know that. I mean, you're not dumb, that's for sure. You know what a hit you are. But you have 33 hits?
No. 31 gold records.
31 gold records.
Platinum, gold and platinum. Hang on. Let me brag. Let me brag for you. Let me brag.
Wait. Give me a break. 31. Nobody gets that. What'd you do? Pay them?
What's that?
Yeah. So hold on. Let me do some bragging. All right, you guys. So Robert Cool Bell, one of the founders of Kool and the Gang, sold over 80 million records worldwide, 25 top 10 R&B hits, 9 top 10 pop hits, 31 gold and platinum albums. You guys know all the songs. So listen what I did yesterday. I'm a publicist and I was working in my office. So I put Kool and the Gang on Spotify to listen, and it played all day long, and I knew every song for hours and hours and hours. And I was so excited, that you guys have. I even forgot some of the hits that you guys have with such an illustrious career. And so I think it's like wonderful. And I'm sure you get praised for it all the time, so you're like used to it. But so tell us real quick, what's the guitar next to you with all the pictures on it?
Oh, well, that's a gift that one of our fans gave us with the 4 original members that you see on there: George Brown, Ronald Cleese Bell, and D.T. Thomas, and myself. That's the one that's on my right, I guess. And then right next to it, that's my bass. It's called Zahn. The guy's name is John Zahn. He's the one that designed that bass for me. That's a design. Yeah.
I love it. Do fans give you stuff everywhere you go?
Say again?
Do fans give you stuff everywhere you go?
Well, not everywhere, but we get it from time to time.
Well, did women really throw their panties on your stage?
What was the question?
Did women? You have to speak loud.
I said, did women throw their panties on your stage? And don't answer because your wife will give you hell. So don't answer.
Every now and then, it depends, we're not young anymore, but
no, but you're still a good-looking guy. So you're still
throw them
handsome.
up there.
You're still handsome, so I'm sure there's some panties flying
So
around.
you guys are still playing and touring. Well, not right now during the thing, but you guys still tour because I follow your Twitter. Yes.
Yeah. We were doing over 100 shows a year.
Woo!
And of course now with the lockdown and the corona virus, I call it the Corona Blues, we lost almost about 40 shows. It looks like we might not be working until the beginning of 2021. So we'll have to see.
So that gives me a good push into the next thing. So while you're unable to perform, you actually have a whole new project that you're working on. It's called Le Cool Champagne. Tell us a little bit about your new champagne line.
Yes. We have a champagne called Le Cool, spelled LEKOOL, champagne. I started that idea and concept about a year ago when I was in Europe, and I decided to name it Le Cool because it had that French flavor to it. And my partners is up in Reims, which is the French territory here. And that's what the Dom Perignon, Cristal.
The bottle just showed up on your right. We can see it. Hold it up and hold up the bottle. It's to your right.
Oh,
there you go. It just appeared.
That's my producer over there.
You see, that's what's
this
good.
is the cool champagne. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
That's what's good about your champagne. You don't have to buy it. You just wish for it and it appears.
And also, this is a Grand Cru. if you know your champagnes, I just found out all about it myself a year ago. I just drank champagne. I didn't know the difference between Grand Cru, Brut, whatever, Chardonnay. But yeah, this is the Grand Cru, and it's a.
Oh shit, we lost him.
Hmm.
Hey, Rebel, we can't hear him. What happened? I wonder if they can hear us. No, we're still alive. We're like hooked up. Hang on, we can't hear you. His microphone's off. His microphone is off. I don't know how to tell him. Oh wait, we can write it in here. Hold on.
I can't unmute his microphone. Somebody on his side muted it or something, and I can't unmute it.
Okay, hang on. Microphone is.
What about now?
There you go. Your microphone was off. Perfect. So whatever you just said,
Okay.
we missed it. Say it again.
Okay, what you just said now?
Whatever you just said the whole time that we couldn't hear you, after you said Le Cool Champagne, we kind of like missed it.
Okay, Mr. The champagne is from Rennes. And my deal, my business is to work to the family. And this is where they do Dom Perignon, Cristal, you know, Moet Chandon, all the big boys up there. And I decided to do champagne and call it Le Cool because I want to have that European vibe
Yes.
coming into America. Here it is. It's Le Cool Champagne, and it's a Grand Cru.
I love it. So you guys, it's Le Cool Champagne. It's I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's a France. It's done with France's longtime vineyard, the House of Berthelot in New York, and it's available in New Jersey, California, New York, and Florida. It's 80% Pinot Noir, 20% Chardonnay, and how's it going? People are loving it, right?
Well, we're just getting out there again. For this year, as you know, because of the whole coronavirus and the lockdown, so we're selling pretty much online now. I'll put this back over here. You got it there. We're selling online.
Sounds good because Pinot Noir is my favorite red wine.
It's a mixture, though, of both.
I know, but it's got to be a very good
Yeah,
wine.
a lot of the restaurants are closed.
You're mixing two good wines together.
Right now, we're online.
Yeah.
I didn't know, though, that because it's a champagne. I didn't know you mixed wines to make champagne.
Champagne is a wine, Jimmy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
You could tell where he was raised. Irish. All he knew was Thunderbird and Coca-Cola mixed.
I love it. So I Googled your champagne. It said it was a hit in France and Japan. Now you're bringing it to America. There's some stores that are carrying it. Where do they go online to get it?
LeCoolChampagne.com.
So it's LeCoolChampagne.com. I don't know why the audio is so sketchy, huh?
I don't know. This is. I don't. Who knows? Anyway, is it a wine you can have with a dessert?
Say that again.
Is it a wine that you can have with a dessert?
Yes, you can.
You can.
Matter of fact, we might be developing.
Good. Now I can plug my other friend. Buy Patti LaBelle's pies and drink his wine with Patti LaBelle's pies, and guaranteed you will be happy. You have to have Patti LaBelle's. What is it? The crumb. The. Oh my. What is it called? The one I get. Weighs about 12 pounds, and it's called cobbler. Patti LaBelle's cobbler pie. It's delicious.
Have you ever eaten any of Patti LaBelle's pies? I don't know. I can't hear anything he's saying.
No, I can't either.
I'm sorry, because we can't hear you. Like it's going in and out, and it's scratchy. I don't know if you can hear us or not. But we have a good connection.
We have also friends of ours that have an excellent champagne that is all it doesn't have any preservatives in it or any of that crap. It's a good champagne. But anyway, your champagne is probably very delicious, and I will try it. I certainly will, because I like champagne. Jimmy doesn't drink at all, but I do. I like champagne.
So maybe, hey, can you hear us? Raise your hand if you can hear us. Yeah, see, he can't hear us, Rebel. I don't think he can hear us. maybe Rebel. Hey, Robert, see if you can like hang up and dial back again because we're having a big problem. We can't hear you, and we don't know why. See if Rebel, see if we can get him to call back. I don't know how to do it. Write it in the whole thing, because they're saying I'm scratchy too, and I don't know why. Let's see. What do you think, Rebel?
Okay, Jimmy, you and Ron are clear. Y'all aren't scratchy, but there's some kind of interference on Mr. Cool's side.
Okay, so see if we can get him to call back. I don't know if he can even hear me to tell him that. Oh, which there's no way for you to tell him that, right? Oh, well, he just disappeared, so maybe he's going to try and come back, and we'll see if it works. Sorry about that, everybody, but said they can hear me. Oh, I love how that like pops up, though. Look how nice we look.
You know, guests are not technicians. And you must remember that most of them don't even know how to work a computer. So when they do this, it's not their fault. They try hard to do what's right, but they just screw up. So this is one of those events right now. Obviously, he's not Skype, or what are we on now?
No, we're on StreamYard, and he's coming back. Say something. Hello. Let's see if we can hear you. Now, side.
Yeah, there's a problem on his side.
We can't hear him. You guys, so this is Robert Cool Bell. I don't know that we can, like, because we don't want to just keep trying talking, right? It'll mess everything up. So,
we'll do. Let's go to a song of his.
We can't play music.
Why?
Because when you play music that you don't have permission to play, they like ban you from Facebook.
Well, that's cool for permission.
It doesn't. That's not how it works.
What, the guy that invented the song
doesn't make any. Everybody we have on our show, we play their song, and then they ban us, and that means the whole show will get deleted, and YouTube won't play it. It's a whole new world.
The world is full of communism. We have
like
become
hate
a
it.
communist country.
I'm sorry, Robert. We can't hear you at all. It's all coming through all scratchy, like there's something. So they wanted me to mention the website again. The website is lecoolchampagne.com, LEKOOL champagne, CHAMPAGNE.com, and you can get it. In the chat room, they're saying it sounds like a bandwidth issue on his end, but we can't hear him at all, and I don't know what to do exactly.
I have no idea. I'm not a technician. I'm only talent.
I can hear him. I see him talking, but it's not working. You guys, we apologize. We don't know what's going on, but that is the website. And I think that we're going to have to say goodbye to Mr. Cool, Robert Cool Bell, because it's not really working and we can't hear anything. What do you think?
Well, we'll bring them back again. Absolutely. When they get it right on their side, because we're okay. We're clear. We're doing good. Obviously, he's got something there that's causing a confusion.
All right, so Mr. Robert Cool Bell, everybody, LeCool Champagne. I'm sorry this isn't working, but we gonna have to cut it. Yeah, now his video just went off, his microphone, but there's something wrong with his sound. So let's go back to us, and I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, you guys. I apologize, but we can't hear him, and we don't normally have problems. It has to be something with the bandwidth on his side.
That's why you got to do a rehearsal before a show and see if they have right equipment, because these guys don't know. He's probably my age. I'm 80, so he's got to be 70-something up there with me, because they were from my day.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, they're my day, 70s,
Yeah,
60s, and 70s.
Yeah, Cool and the gang was, so they're up there. They're in their 70s.
So we want to welcome to Thomas Claxton has joined us in the chat room. What's
hey,
up, Thomas?
Tommy. Hey, Tommy. What's going on?
Hope all is well.
Tommy, are you with the same girl? Well, he was hung up on her. I thought they were going to get married. I thought there was like love and bloom.
It's all clear. Oh, we're trying it again. Let's see if he comes through. Looks like we're trying it again. Maybe we're not. I'm not sure. Anyway, you guys. Sorry it took a while to get in. Hey, Dave Hughes has joined us now too. Let's say hi to Dave Hughes from Stars Now UK. And Cool, hit your microphone. Let's see if we can see it. He's there. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Hilarious. Okay, now undo your mic. There we go. Up. There you go. Say something. Yes, I don't hear him at all.
Well, we should have earplugs on.
No, I mean, we can't hear him. That has nothing to do with it. We should be able to hear him. It's like his microphone's not connected to his computer or something. We can't hear your mic at all, Mr. Cool. Not at all. Hang on. I wonder if I send him a little a message. If you can hear me, read the private chat, and I'll send you a little message. Mic not plugged in.
This is what they call dead air. Dead air is a disaster to any show because people tune in, they want entertainment. They don't want to hear your technical problems or the dead air where nobody's speaking at all. So I apologize for this, but as I said before, it's not our fault. It's some of the people that come in, they're just not savvy on as what to do with
read the thing, Mr.
us.
Robert Cool Bell, everybody. At least look how great he looks, though.
Yeah, well, it's a shame because he was a nice guy and I wanted to ask him a lot of things. But we'll do it again.
Yeah, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
We'll do it again with the rehearsal.
You can't. It's very difficult to do a rehearsal. Well, you can do it on another link, but you can't use the same link that you've got because that's the link for the show. This is new technology, the way things are going. And
years ago, I remember we would stand on a stage and do an interview live. We never had any difficulties. Technology today.
Actually, they're reading the thing now, though, so they can see it. So, okay. Anyway, we're sorry, you guys. They're going to try and schedule another time, and I guess we'll have to make sure that we can hear them. But Robert Cool Bell, everybody, Cool in the Gang. LeCoolChampagne.com, LEKOOL Champagne.com. What a freaking superstar. Sold more records than almost anybody. I'm sorry we didn't get to talk to him more, but it's all freaked out. And it says, Angela Joseph wrote, "This is okay, Ron. We're all learning the video podcast during quarantine. Hopefully we'll always keep getting better at the video interviews."
I hope
Oh, yeah,
so.
and Dave Hughes, you missed it. He is a legend. It was Robert Cool Bell from Cool in the Gang, but we can't actually hear. We couldn't hear him. We only heard him a little bit at the beginning, so we had some technical difficulties. And yes, we're not kidding. What a legend. Dave, how are you? I hope everything is good.
Dave, did you see my happy birthday video that Jimmy did? Go on my page and look at it. You see,
Or go to YouTube.
You see Eileen Shapiro's boobs and cleavage.
It's hilarious.
You will love it because you're a dirty pig.
Yes, you are. Now we get to talk about people because we got a lot of time to kill.
Dave Hughes, when you see those set of jugs, you're gonna blow a fuse.
Oh, B. Claudia wrote he's 69 to answer Ron's questions. Oh, Robert Cool Bell's 69.
Good, that's my age.
Yes, that's your age. B, we love you. The video is great. Everybody says they can see us terrific. They said they love our shirts.
Good. Mine is salmon. It photographs
Mine's
orange.
pink.
It photographs orange, but it's salmon. And salmon is one of my favorite colors.
And he says he will go see he will go watch the video. We got 50-something people, Dave, that are I should have had you do something, Dave. I should have had you do something for his birthday because I tried to get as many people in the chat room as I could.
You should have whacked off on the video.
Yeah. And Teresa Saban, I don't know if we said anything hi to Teresa Saban because I don't know if she was in the thing and I don't know if she's still there, but I wanted to always give her a special shout out and a thank you for all you do. You and Anton share all our stuff all over Twitter and Facebook, and we so appreciate it. Yes, Jimmy's shirt looks pink and Ron's shirt looks like orange sherbet.
No, but it's not. It's salmon, the color of a fish, a salmon or whatever. I love salmon because I remember in the 1970s, we did everything in seafoam green and salmon and also flamingo. And I loved it. I was living in Beverly Hills at the time. And my friend Martine Heck, who was married to Ben Heck, the famous producer, she had her entire living room done in seafoam walls with salmon furniture and white. Oh my God, I never saw anything as beautiful in my life. So we quickly converted our house. We also lived in Beverly Hills on Spalding Drive. And we converted our house to salmon and seafoam and flamingo. I still love those colors. I would use them again. They're almost back. Because in the 1950s, everybody used turquoise and pink and green. Those were the colors of the 1950s. Today, they do everything in gray and blue. That's not 1950s, folks. I don't know where they got that from, but we didn't have gray and blue in the 1950s. We loved color.
We're actually not color coordinated on purpose because, I wasn't around when he was getting dressed. I didn't know what he was wearing.
And he's not.
I just happen to like pink. I wear a lot of pink. I would wear it every day.
He's not who is it anyway? That I should diminish who I am because of him? How dare he?
He's got a matching watch though. Look at his watch. See, it's orange and green.
Meanwhile, if you hear my voice is raspy, I had a test where they went down with a camera.
An endoscopy.
Yeah, they were filming my intestines. Anyway, everything came back wonderful, all negative. Everything is good. So my voice is still scratchy from that stupid thing that went down. They knocked me out, and I was dreaming. It was a beautiful sleep. Michael Jackson juice, I call it. And I really would love to have somebody come and give it to me every night.
Oh, yeah. That's not good, though.
No, because you sleep
so good.
Oh, my God, what a sleep. I slept for an hour. I felt like I had 20 hours of deep sleep because you have no REM. Your brain is dead. It's like you're dead. When they give you that stuff, it's the same as being a corpse.
Fucking Lady Lake says she likes sequins and she used to wear them to the grocery store.
What's wrong with that?
Ron would do that too, actually. That's something Ron would do.
Well, not really. No, I wouldn't wear them to the supermarket because I don't go to supermarkets. But I would wear sequin clothes in the evening.
You love sequins.
I do. In the evening, I still do. I have T-shirts with one with a silver sequin snake on it by some big shot designer. And
Dave Hughes says he hates the endoscopy. He tried to get it without getting knocked out. And Jane Doe says the salmon cover is amazing on you, Ron. The watch is super nice also.
Oh, how sweet.
But you guys, Jane Doe is Angela Joseph, and she's a producer on a bunch of great films. And Ron and I are working on some of them. They're very fabulous. One of them that we keep talking about is Clown Motel 2. She's got a couple other ones, though, which she has to write in there because I don't remember what they are.
And Jimmy and I must never, ever let Dave Hughes meet Angie, baby.
That's right.
Because he will attack her.
He says we love Angie.
Oh, see that? Because he knows her bra size is like a 42 double D.
I don't know anything about bra sizes.
Well, that's big. And that's why Dave Hughes loves her because of her bra size. He's a pig.
You got to love it, though.
Yeah.
I think it's
But we
fucking
must
hilarious.
never let Dave meet Angie.
Dave,
Never.
have you ever been to the U.S., Dave, and visited us? Let us know. It's very interesting because Dave, you guys, we know what Dave looks like. We had him come on one of our Christmas shows. We'll have to bring him on again. Compatible, which is one of the movies, you guys, and Appetite for Sin. And those are two of the movies she's working on. We're going to film little cameos for him from our house and put them in there. And B says she has tons of sequins on everything. And Dave said that's like a month's viewing.
Is Sherry Davis in Appetite?
Appetite for Sin?
Yeah, I think Sherry's in Appetite.
Oh, she might be.
She is. I'm pretty positive.
I love Sherry Davis.
Dave Hughes by Appetite. Sherry Davis, the hottie, the sexiest woman on film.
We haven't had her on the show yet, but we will.
Oh my God, she's so sexy. It's terrible. She just talks, and her lips and her nose and her body is just sexy woman.
She's a vampire in one of those. Which one? Appetite for Sin.
Appetite
for Sin.
Yeah, I know that. We spoke about it. She and I spoke about it. I love Sherry Davis, and she's moving into a new flat, and we're all happy for her because she's happy with the new flat. So that the new apartment.
I know. I was going to say flat. That's a British word.
No, it's not. No, it's not. In my day, it was called a flat. Usually in New York City, the tenements, they were called flats. They weren't called apartments because I don't know why. Apartments came in many years later.
Dave Hughes says he's dribbling because he loves vampires. And wait till you see Sherry Davis.
Oh, wait till you see Sherry Davis. She's got the bazooms jacked up to her nostrils. I mean, you're going to see boobs and body and ass and gorgeousness and hot and sexy. Sherry Davis and she's not cheap looking. She doesn't look like a slut. She just looks like a woman that everybody wants to jump on.
It says she's incompatible in Clown Motel 2. She plays a military medic.
Yeah, I know. I was supposed to be, Joe rewrote this whole fucking movie because I was supposed to be married to Lorene Landon in the movie, and now Lorene's not even in the script. And Sherry was supposed to be in one of my scenes also. So Joe either cut my scenes out or he rewrote it. But I doubt he'd cut my scenes out because without me, the movie is worthless. And you know that.
Oh, Backpack John joined us too. I don't know if he was in there before or not. I don't know if I saw him.
Hey, Backpack, what's going on?
Oh, Backpack John made a comment though about the popcorn glory hole because he's the one who didn't know what the glory hole was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, this is the virgin, the vanilla boy.
That's hilarious.
Right. All you do is get an erection, stick it in a popcorn box, and put some popcorn around it, and then say to your girlfriend, "You want some popcorn?" When she puts her hand in there, she feels popcorn.
That's like Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg's song "Dick in a Box."
Yeah, well, this actually, that was an old joke, a nightclub joke years ago. I don't remember the joke, but that was the punchline. The guy got a square box, put his wang in it, and surrounded it with popcorn, and said to his girlfriend, "Here, honey, have some popcorn." A sleazy way to get a little hand job, but anyway.
Actually, Angela Joseph says she hasn't read the script yet. Where did you read it? So Joe sent a preliminary script for Ron for his birthday, but he's not supposed to share it with anybody.
No, it takes place where Joe and I are in an office somewhere, and he finds me desirable, and he starts kissing me and feeling me up, and I do the same to him, and we wind up taking our clothes off and having sex on the desk with bayonets and helmets on and combat boots. So I think it should be an interesting film.
Talk 4 TV says, I thought you didn't put your wang in boxes anymore, Ron.
Oh, I never did. Listen, let me tell you, I was a cute guy. I never had to put my dick anywhere. They were always trying to grab it, even in my pants. I mean, I got felt up in the subways in New York. Every gay guy in Manhattan targeted me and would feel me up. They'd come behind me because, the cars were crowded with people. You couldn't move. And they'd rub against me. They were all having a good time.
And Angela, you're right. It was a fantasy sequence. Ron's got a lot of fantasy sequences. Every movie he's in, he has to find somebody that he can have a fantasy sequence with.
No, Joe Kelly wants to marry me. I keep saying no.
Yes. And Dean's the one who said that was Dean.
Dean whom? Dean?
Dean Piper.
Wants to marry me?
No, he says he thought you didn't put your wang in boxes anymore.
Oh. Hey, Dean, it's a good excuse for you.
That's funny because Rebel's saying that was Dean, not me.
Yeah, Dean. Everybody watch the Pipe Show. You got listen to Dean's Pipe Show. He's got a brain. He said, Pipe Man. He's got a brain, and he says shit that's valuable.
Also, we want to welcome John Diadamo. That's Cindy Lady Lake's son, and he says he showed up during a great conversation.
Well, popcorn in a box.
Popcorn in a box and dick in a box.
But think about it. You're in a movie. The box is on your lap. Your wang is hard. It's inside the box with popcorn around it. And you say to your girlfriend, would you like some popcorn? I mean, what better way than to get her to grab you?
Absolutely.
Right?
I love it.
I did that with Jimmy, but the only problem is Jimmy's head went inside the box. And he broke the box.
You got like, that's hilarious.
Sometimes I laugh at my own shit. I could just picture Jimmy's head going inside the popcorn box. Let's try that, Jim.
Oh, actually, Angela Joseph said, wasn't that in the movie Porky? So let me tell you guys a story.
Was it?
When I was in high school, you guys, my senior year of high school, I worked at a movie theater. It was around the corner from my house, and Porky's played there for like 3 months. So I've seen that movie Porky's probably like 10,000 times. And
did he have a wang in the box?
I don't remember that part, but it was a great movie. They did a whole bunch of other, creepy fun stuff. Everybody should see that movie. Everybody should see Porky's. Did you ever see Porky's? You wouldn't have seen it probably back then because you were kind of prissy.
I was never prissy. Me, prissy? Where the fuck are you coming from? Me, prissy? I was the most earthy person in the world. Everybody that knew me, they met me for the first time. They thought I was a snob. And then 10 minutes later, they'd say to me, I thought you were stuck up and a snob, but you're really not. You're really a down-to-earth, nice guy. I say, well.
Porky's was great.
Because I didn't walk in the room and blow everybody? I mean, come on.
When I was in high school, this is what you guys always got to be careful when you go to the movies. I don't think you have to worry about it anymore. But back 30 years ago, was that 30 years ago I was in high school? No, 40 years ago.
You're an old queen.
What we used to do to make money. Oh yeah, Porky's was full of crazy money. So after the movies, you have to go in and pick up all the garbage and stuff. So we used to look for the cleanest glasses and the cleanest popcorn things and clean them out the best we could, and then we'd resell them and pocket the money.
Now that is a disgusting, low life fucking thing to do, Jim.
I made like $20 a week though doing that.
Yeah, well,
which was a lot of money back then.
He's not telling you about the money he used to make in the back row when he'd sit there with an erection.
No, that's
and all
not
the old
true.
queens used to go in the back of the back
They
row.
thought it was funny.
I thought it was disgusting because
it really was when you think about it now, looking back on it. But I was like a stupid kid. Kids do stupid shit, and I needed to make money.
What do you mean did? Wrong tense, baby.
Yeah.
We did.
No, we still do some stupid shit, but it's all fun.
You bet.
We gotta have fun in the world, and the world is not really like having fun. So
I
everybody
don't
needs
even
to
want to
have
talk
fun.
about it.
No,
Don't
we're
even-
not talking about
Don't
it.
ever go there.
What I'm saying is that we
I
have to
am
have
living-
fun.
I am living in a capsule because I cannot bear to watch anything anymore on television. It upsets me, and that is ruining my health.
Turner Classic Movies, baby. We're watching Turner Classic Movies and Netflix, and
Because when you get to be my age, you have to be very careful of what you intake by food and also by brains. Watch what you watch at my age because it can harm you. It can get you so depressed and so down that your immune system lowers and you become vulnerable to certain illnesses. So try to keep yourself as happy and as up as you can, no matter what's going on. And what's going on right now could kill a lot of people. It's
Teresa Saban says turn off the TV and turn on the music. So I'm going to give a music recommendation for everybody. So I was like going through.
Was that nice to cut me off like that?
Yeah, you were done.
You thought?
Well, yeah.
I didn't say my last syllable.
Okay, what's the last syllable?
Fuck you.
Yeah, okay. So listen, you guys, I got a great a great new artist, and he's not even new. I'm just old, and so I didn't know he was an artist. When Ron's sleeping at night, I watch The Voice, like blind auditions, and I watch auditions on America's Got Talent to relax me because I think it's fun. And I was watching America's Got Talent, and a guy sang a song called Break My Heart Again by Phineas. And I had never heard of it. I watched the video. It's the most fantastic song ever. And Phineas is Billie Eilish's brother who writes all her songs, and she's like the biggest star on the planet. But everybody needs to listen to his EP because Phineas is like one of the greatest like artists out there now today. I loved it so much. And Teresa Saban was sharing the video that I put on Jimmy Star's World for people to listen to. B. Claudia says she loves it, and so it's really, really good. Everybody needs to listen to it because I think you will like absolutely freaking like love it. Oh, everybody loves it. Good. Everybody like it. It's really, really good. And Angela Joseph says animals, clouds, puppies, and love. No negativity in our bubble. There you go. And Netflix and Sit Under a Tree by Dana. Oh, B. Claudia watches Netflix under a tree in her garden. That's nice too. That's relaxing. Don't go to sleep. Like your shit's any more
Are
interesting.
you still speaking?
Yeah, don't be a dick. That was like not nice.
Darling, if I'm not a dick, you're going to be cruising the streets looking for one. So I better stay a dick.
That's not true.
That is true. Slut hoe a bitch.
Yes,
Everybody
he's a
out there should
fantastic songwriter, though. B, you're right. He's so good. What kind of music are you guys listening to? Who's somebody really good? I know Ron won't like it, but I like very much Savage. That song Savage by whoever sings that song Savage. Everybody on TikTok is using it. And if you're on TikTok, please follow me. I'm Dr. Jimmy Star on TikTok because I'm trying to get on there. I know several of you in the chat room are on TikTok, and it's fun. It's kind of hard to learn how to do because I'm so old.
old. You know, I don't like this haircut. I look like Julie Andrews.
Yeah, but Julie Andrews is wonderful.
Yeah, but it's a Julie Andrews haircut. This looks like Victor Victoria haircut. I like my hair when it's longer and wild. This is too combed. It looks
Well,
like
push it up a little.
it looks like a toupee.
No, it doesn't look like a
Yeah, it
toupee.
does.
That's what I like it when it sticks all straight up like that. Yeah.
Like from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I like that.
The Munchkin from the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, I actually did too. I saw James Corden with Billie Eilish in the carpool karaoke, which is a very cool thing. Everybody's knocking that off now, but it was very cool.
I'm not interested. I'm only interested in my vanity
Okay.
and my hair and my face. That's all I
In your
care
hair and your face. But look how fabulous you look. Look at that picture.
I know, darling.
You look terrific.
I know, darling.
He's got a little bit of vanity going on.
No, I don't.
None at all.
No, I just don't like a bad haircut. I cut this shit myself. And I don't know what the fuck I was thinking when I cut it. If I thought I was Julie Andrews.
Do you like Julie Andrews?
I love Julie Andrews. Are you
Victor
kidding?
Victoria, Sound of Music.
Yes.
Princess Diary.
You know, I met her. I have a Julie Andrews story.
Okay.
We went to see Victor Victoria when it was on Broadway. And I never do this. I never go to the stage door and wait for the star, ever. But with Julie Andrews, I really wanted to just see her in person to see if she was as lovely as on screen. And on stage, you can't really see her. Well, she came out, and it was winter time. And she came out with the muffle over her mouth and nose. And a fan went up to her and started talking and gave her a picture to sign. And she said, "Please forgive me. but I cannot talk to you or stay here because of the cold. But I'm genuinely so sorry. She was the most ladylike woman. Most people just push you away, like Diana Ross. You know, you go up for her autograph, she gets a pencil and stabs you in the eye. But Julie Andrews was so ladylike and divine, and I was so impressed. So as she walked by me, I said to her, "What a wonderful thing to have said to a fan." And she smiled at me. She said, "Thank you."
There you go. So she was a real
She's a lady,
cool lady
she's
celebrity.
a real lady. She's very gracious. Though I forgot her exact wordage, but it was something like, I know she said, "Please forgive me for not stopping and talking to you and signing your picture." But because of her voice, you know, she sings in this musical. She can't take the night air. They all do that. And she was on her way to her limo, which
So-
really wasn't a limo. It was a Jeep. They don't even take stars around in limos anymore. They're in Jeeps, big major stars like that. They threw her in the black Jeep.
Yeah, a lot of times, or like those big SUVs.
No, this was a black Jeep. Like you go to Africa and shoot lions, and
Okay.
people that shoot lions should die anyway.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, I was so like, Julie Andrews in a Jeep.
So wait, let's ask you a hypothetical then, and everybody in the chat room, you can answer too. So you all get to meet fun, cool celebrities. Who's a bucket list celebrity for you that you would be like, oh my gosh, I would really like to meet this celebrity? And who's somebody that you haven't met because you've met so many people? Who would you like to meet?
Oh, that's easy for me. I adore her. I love her. Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren?
Oh yeah, I adore her.
Actually,
Oh,
I like Helen Mirren too.
I adore her. And the other one too. I love her.
Dave Hughes says Al Pacino.
No, I heard he's a creep.
Give me a guy too. What's a guy you want to meet?
Oh, a guy I want to meet. Oh, Jason.
Oh, Jason Statham.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if I'm going to grab somebody's dick and go to prison for it, it's going to be Jason Statham.
Jane D'Angelo wrote Billy Huffsey from Fame, but you've already talked to him, so like that's not a count. So you have to like do somebody else since you haven't actually met him, but you've talked to him on the phone. That's not as good. That doesn't count. For me, Charlize Theron. I love Charlize Theron so much.
I do too.
It's not even like funny. And for a dude,
wait, Charlize, I could look at her face on screen for hours. She's probably the most perfect human being as far as features goes, and so beautiful. God,
Lady Lake says Judi Dench, which would be a good one for me too.
That's the one I was looking for. Besides Helen, it was Judi Dench.
That movie that she did where she was gave up her kid for adoption and then went to look for her when he was old. Like, I'm adopted, so that movie totally like hit home for me. And I think she's one of the greatest actresses ever. I love her.
Absolutely. I would love to meet her. And I'd love to meet the other one too.
Who's the other one?
One I love, Maggie Smith.
Oh yeah, Maggie Smith.
A funny lady. Those English old broads are fabulous. I'd like to be in London having tea with the four of them.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, I would be in my glory.
Maybe we could do it at Downton Abbey.
Yeah. Well, I sat on Lauren Bacall's lap at a luncheon, and that was my most fun. People say to me, "What was the funniest thing you've ever done with a celebrity?" And I said, Lauren Bacall was a friend of mine, had $1,000 a plate luncheon for her. And I went there as media covering it, and nobody had a chair for me. So I said to Lauren, I said, here I am to cover this thing, and nobody gave me a chair. What am I supposed to stand around for 2 hours? She said, no, come sit on my lap. Well, I did. And she started to laugh. And then after I was on it for a while, she said, okay, now you can get the fuck off me. So I knew I was in love with Lauren Bacall because she said that with humor and laughing. And she turned out to be the nicest lady in the world. We chatted for the longest time. I asked her questions about Bogart, and the answers were just such praise. I mean, she just worshipped Bogey. She not only loved him, but she just thought he was the most amazing man in the world and probably one of the best actors. And it was so nice to hear a wife speak of her husband.
A lot of people in the chat room said Maggie Smith. Dave Hughes says he met the Queen and he met...
I've met many a queen. I'm not impressed.
Met the Queen. He also met Prince Charles and Lady Diana. And so John, great actress in our see, like he said, B. Claudia says, imagine if you did a book and then you did it an audio book, and that way they could just hear you talking about all these like people that you met. They like your voice too.
I would do that if I didn't have to go into stories that I don't want to tell. But it would be such a flowery book, and it would sound like all bullshit. It would be, I love this, I love that, I like that. People read these books to hear the nasty, the gritty. And I won't do that because moments I've shared with Jane Russell in my house at 3 a.m. by the fire, just the two of us talking. She came clean with so much Hollywood stuff that it was shocking me. Stars that I knew so well on the screen and what they were all about and parties she went to. And I couldn't do that. I just couldn't.
They said audio with just short episodes. Maybe you should start your own like YouTube show, Ron Stories or something, and do little videos of stories of different
But nobody
people.
would watch because they sound like lollipop Cinderella stories.
I think they would lie.
I can't do the crudeness of it, like the Shelley Winters Jane Russell fight. Okay, that I could go public with. Jane Russell and Shelley Winters were at Jack Palance's house in Beverly Hills. Everybody at the party was sitting on the floor by the fire drinking quite a lot. Shelley Winters was just cast for a film with Robert Mitchum, who's Jane Russell's best friend. But the guy with the love and hate on his hands. What was the name of that movie? Anyway.
Fear. Cape Fear?
No.
Oh.
Shelley Winters plays a woman that marries this nut, and she's a religious fanatic, and he stabs her under a crucifix in the bed to kill her. Well, Jane Russell, being a born-again Christian, felt that that role was perfect for her, and she wanted that role. So they were drinking quite a lot, and Shelley said something about the role, and Jane Russell said, well, the reason you get all your roles is because you fuck everybody in Hollywood. Maybe I should try doing that. Well, they didn't speak. They didn't speak for like 40-something years. Now it's Shelley Winters' 85th birthday party, and Jane Russell is my date. So I'm going to the party with Jane, never knowing any of this. And Shelley said to me, why did you bring her here? And I said, why? That's Jane Russell. You don't like her? She said, no, I don't like her. And I said, why? She said, I can't tell you now, but I'll tell you later. And she never told me later. No, wait, I asked Jane, why are you and Shelley not talking? Jane said, I have not a clue. I don't know. Then when I was at lunch with Shelley and a bunch of people at the Silver Spoon in Hollywood, she told me the story about what Jane said. Now I went back to Jane and I said, did you really say that to her? And you used the fuck word? She said, no, why would I do that? She said, not at all. She said, that's Shelley, she's a dirty mouth. And she likes to make everything worse than it is. She said, but I did say, I might have said, that role belongs to me, but you got it through influence or something like that. And I thought, Jane's full of shit too. She must have said you fuck everybody in Hollywood, because Shelley Winters did fuck everybody in Hollywood. All she do at lunch is say the two men that were the best fucks she ever had. Burt Lancaster had a gigantic dick, fat and thick and big, but he was rough in bed. He used to knock her head through a wall. Sean Connery was doubly hung, bigger than Burt Lancaster, because she was a size queen, Shelley. And he was the most gentle man in bed. His sex, she said, was divine. So the best man she's ever slept with, and she slept with hundreds, was, no, seriously, she said when she was in high school, she blew the entire football team. That's true. And she wrote it in her book. Shelley Winters was a very sexual lady who had no care. In those days, those women were called whores and people didn't like them and they were condemned. Not Shelley Winters. She was a free woman. I loved Shelley. I saw her the day before she passed away. I went to the hospice and we were holding hands. And I said, the little hand that she had, it was so fragile. And I said, Shelley, when are you going to come on my show? She said, honey, as soon as I get better. I said, okay, because I had set the record straight at the time, my TV show. And of course, she passed away just hours later. Great loss to the film industry and to people who loved her. Lost a lot of good people. I don't want to lose any more.
He's saying she did a movie with Burt Lancaster called The Scalp Hunters. Did you see that ever?
Oh, yeah. She's made a couple of movies with Burt. But Shelley liked to bang the guys she worked with. It was no big deal. Tony Francioso, I flew from New York to L.A. with next to each other on an airplane. And we spoke the whole time about his relationship with Shelley Winters. And we spoke about Anna Magnani when he made the movie Written on the Wind. And he said that Anna Magnani was the best actress he ever worked with, that she was just absolutely incredibly real in her role. And he said, Shelley, Shelley got by with acting, but she was never really a great actor. And I said to him, I beg to differ with you. I thought she did some outstanding work. And he said, well, you know, I don't know. So I said, okay, so she divorced you. You don't like her. She's not a good actress. And he started to laugh. He was a sweet guy, Tony Francioso.
So also, Angela changed her like thing. So she wrote Dwayne Johnson. That's The Rock. She would like to meet, because the question was, who did you want to meet? She said Dwayne Johnson. You know, The Rock, Fast and Furious.
Oh yeah, I like him. He's
he's awesome. And then he's from Fort Lauderdale, and she wrote Kerry Washington.
He's Hawaiian, right?
Oh, I don't know, but he lived in Fort
said
Lauderdale.
He was Hawaii.
I think he might be. And then Jane wrote, Shelley Winters knew what she wanted and went after it. And so does Jane Doe, Angela Joseph, so she knows what that's like.
Yeah, but Shelley Winters was just a healthy woman. She was a very sexy woman. I, of course, knew her in her old age. She wasn't sexy anymore. She was just a dumpy old lady who was adorable, but had a sense of humor that, God, she could have been a stand-up comic. And her story, we used to meet every Thursday at the Silver Spoon.
Which isn't there anymore,
which is
unfortunately.
gone, and my heart's broken because it was a celebrity hangout. If I tell you the people that used to be there, my good buddy who just passed away too, Robert Foster, Bobby and I love Robert Foster. He would always have the one table by the window, and I always had by the wall that overlooked the street. And I had the table next to him.
We saw him too at a movie premiere not that long ago, and now he's passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I went down and I hugged him and I said, hi, how are you? Where the fuck are you? Are you working? He said, I'm working more now than before. We had a long chat, and then that was the last time I saw Bob Foster.
And he died recently.
Yeah, he died shortly after seeing him. It's a shame because Bob was a great guy, and he was a good actor who never really got to be famous, but he was a good actor.
But he's in everything big.
I brought Jane Russell to the Silver Spoon, Mr. Blackwell to the Silver Spoon. Everybody hung out there. Nobody knew about it. They did know about it, but they didn't know about it. The in people knew. And every Thursday, Shelley had a table at the Silver Spoon.
So Eileen has joined us now in the chat room. What's up, Eileen? How are you? She says we look cute today.
Oh, good. Show us your boobs. Let's see how cute you look.
And let's do a quick commercial. So you guys, we want to thank everybody for tuning in every week. You can hear us live on W4CY Radio from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time or 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're also on K4 HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in Kansas City, iHeart Radio, which we would love it if you would listen to us on iHeart Radio. We're on Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, and Pandora. Those are like the biggest ones. We're also on like 100 more. So you can basically find us everywhere. And on television, you can see us on Comcast, Roku, Vimeo, and YouTube. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in every week and giving us great ratings. We appreciate it so much, and we appreciate all your support.
Eileen Shapiro, you know me. You've been in my company. What stops you from raping and attacking me?
She's not writing anything right now.
She will.
My cane has flowers. B. Claudia's on a cane now, you guys, because she hurt her back, so she's got a cane with flowers. Eileen says, I'm what stops you.
Oh, Jimmy's what stops me? Listen, we could, Eileen, we could get rid of Jimmy. Seriously, we could get rid of Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't have your boobs. And I love boobs. I love you, Eileen. All jokes aside, I really love you.
All you guys in the chat room are so great, too. So thank you so much. We appreciate you guys tuning in. In about 7 to 10 minutes, we're going to have our second guest come on, Kenny Aronoff, one of the greatest drummers ever. Literally, like Rolling Stone has
I don't know about
him.
that. I know one of the greatest drummers ever.
Okay.
You know who he is.
Who?
I forgot his name. The one that pays for Pink Floyd with what's his name? Scott Page, our little friend.
Oh, Dave Kendrick.
Dave Kendrick is the greatest drummer ever. I think we have to ask this guy who's a better drummer, he or Dave.
Oh, well, this guy's a little bit bigger.
But can he move his hands like Dave does?
Yes, if he's considered one of the greatest drummers ever.
I mean, I've seen Dave at work, and his hands are those things. What do they call them again? Those things you bang the drum with. What do you call
drumsticks?
Them? Drumsticks. I've seen them go so fast that you can't even see where they're going. He's terrific, but I'm sure this guy is good too. But we'll bust his chops a little by talking about the other Dave.
He's anyway, this one, which we're gonna tell everybody about But he's like worked with Paul McCartney, John Mellencamp, the Rolling Stones, Lady Gaga. I mean, all huge people. Whereas Dave Kendrick is a great drummer, but he hasn't quite have quite that.
Well, Dave is young.
You know he's not.
He's not young.
Dave Kendrick, he's like 70 something.
Who
are you talking about? Maybe you're
are
not
you
talking
about
the drummer for Revolution.
No, I'm talking. He's so fucked up. It's amazing.
You're talking about Stephen Perkins.
Stephen Perkins.
Stephen Perkins is a great drummer.
That's
also,
I'm talking about Stephen Perkins. Stevie's drumsticks fly. I've never seen anybody.
We love
Gene Krupa. I would compare Stevie to Gene Krupa. Okay, and Gene Krupa was the greatest drummer ever in the world. Guys, you have to go to Scott Page's thing, the Big Tent. What's it called?
Think Experience.
the think. Stop laughing. The Think Superior. Oh God, you make me all confused. The Thing. What is it called?
Think Experience
in downtown LA. When Scott plays and all the boys play, it is such an evening of fabulous, fabulous music. You lay in the lounge and you look up at the ceiling of this dome, and all kinds of magic happens. All kinds of images come across the dome. Everything is beautiful. It's a great show. How much is it? Is it a lot of money?
No, I don't know.
We don't pay because we're comped all the time because we say nice things about them. What are you looking at?
I'm looking for the link for our next guest to come in.
Oh, but I wanted to just find out how much the show costs.
I don't know how much it costs.
Eileen,
it's not a lot. She's helping me right now, so don't worry about that one. But Eileen says one of the greatest drummers is Jola.
Who the fuck is Jola?
That's Adam Ant's drummer.
Oh, blow it out.
Which we met. No,
Eileen.
she is a great drummer. It's a female drummer.
I met her.
I love drummers, you guys.
She was a doll. But get over the Adam Ant thing, Eileen. Your whole life you spent chasing that ugly little thing. I mean, he's nothing. I got news for you, Eileen. If you had him in bed, you'd kill him. You'd crush him. He'd be dead. Go for a man, something 6'3", like a Rock Hudson type. Go for a big burly guy that can knock you through a wall. That little runt, I mean, you probably wouldn't even know if he was in you. Adamant. He probably hates my guts if you haven't heard this stuff. See why I can't write books with 2 television? What are you doing, Jimmy? Text messaging on our show?
I'm trying to get the link so the guy can come on the show.
Why, he doesn't know the link?
He doesn't have the link. So I'm sending it to him again. You know, these people, famous people, they get like 8,000 emails a day. So I sent it to him days ago.
I know we do.
Oh, they say John Bonham, Smashing Pumpkins, Led Zeppelin's drummers. I love drummers, you guys. I'm friends with Bobby Blotzer from Rat.
I met Smashing Pumpkins, you know.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I think I was with my daughter.
That's funny.
I had no idea who they were or what they were. And they Smashing Pumpkins, I thought, what a stupid name. Smashing Pumpkins? That's a big deal group. And my kids said, oh, yeah.
They're a huge group.
They were big in the 70s or the 80s?
No, 90s.
90s?
Yeah. Smashing Pumpkins are huge. Billy Corgan.
They got to change their name.
I don't know if they still play together now.
I mean, why Smashing Pumpkins? What a negative thought.
Why not?
I don't want anybody smashing pumpkins. They're pretty.
Oh.
Pumpkins on Halloween are so pretty.
That's just what it's called.
They're jack-o'-lanterns. Yeah, but they're going around people's houses smashing their jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh, B. Claudia, I never hear anybody talk about the Darkness. I used to love them. They did that song like A Thing Called Love or something, like Crazy Little Thing Called Love or something like that. I forgot what it was, but they were a great band, though. I liked them a lot. They were fun. Let's see. Go ahead. Keep talking, Ron.
Okay. I get permission from the general. Oh, what am I going to talk about now? Let's talk about music.
Okay. Which we're
Music
gonna be...
of the 1950s, because I can bring you back. And I want to teach people today in this era what it was like to live in the 1950s. Teenage kids, we loved music. We all had portable radios, which was a new invention. It ran on batteries, dry cell, like the batteries you put in the flashlight. And it was a big box, and you put it on your shoulder, and you'd walk around listening to the great rock and roll of the day, Earth Angel, and so many other songs that were fabulous. We would go to rock and roll parties, where we would pick up girls and dance with them. This is a very fucking boring thing I'm talking about.
Okay, so we'll change the topic.
Yeah, let's change the topic. I mean, it's boring. But anyway, the 1950s, what I'm getting at was clean cut. Nobody was disgusting. Nobody was evil. Nobody was bitter. Nobody was angry. Everybody was very happy. We all lived very happily. We went to school. We belonged to proms, all that shit that you see on television.
Sock hops. They
Who?
wrote sock hops. Did you go to sock hops when you were little?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can rock it. You can roll it. You can hop and you can stroll it at the hop, hop, hop. Well,
That's like from Happy Days.
No, that's not Happy Days. That was a fucking song. That was a song we used to sing. It was one of our favorite songs. You at the hop, hop, do 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 at the hop, hop, hop. That was a big song. My favorite song back then was crap, I forgot.
Oh, B and Lady Lake both said they're born in the late 50s, born in 1959.
1959. I was 19 years old, so I was already in the world by a long, time. My earliest memories of music was when my sister would play the Ink Spots. The Ink Spots were the first black group of singers that they allowed on radio, because back then black people only had their own channels, their own stations. They were not allowed to be played on any white stations. This is America I'm talking about, by the way, folks. And the Ink Spots would come on white radio, and their song was "If I Didn't Care for You." It's a great song, and that was the whole start of music. Then Motown came along, and Motown knocked the socks off of everybody. I mean, I love Mary Wells and all the people of Motown that started it all off. Jimmy and I have a dearest dear friend. Her name is what's her name? I'm not well today. My brain's not working.
Well, you didn't feel good yesterday.
Yeah, I was very ill yesterday. Ozzy.
Oh, Ozzy, yes.
And
they know Ozzy. She's been on the show.
And Ozzy brought with her this very attractive, beautiful, elegant black woman who was in her 60s, maybe. And she refused to talk about herself or give her name. And I thought that's strange. You come to my house, we're having dinner.
She told you her first name.
But you big first name, what the fuck? Stop it. So anyway, she wouldn't give me her name. And I thought that was very rude or odd or weird or something stupid about it. After the evening was almost over and we were having after dinner drinks, she said to me, I had to find out who you were and I to trust you. And I said, oh, why is that? When you hear my last name, most people only try to get me to use me to get to the music, to Motown. I said, why? Who the hell are you? She said, my last name is Berry.
No, Gordy
Berry. She was sister-in-laws to Gordy Berry. And she knew Diana Ross well. And she agreed with me on everything I said about Diana Ross. But anyway, lovely, lovely lady. And her problem was when she met people, the minute they heard that Gordy was her brother-in-law, they all started saying, oh, can you listen to my music? Which is a bore. Well, why did I tell that story? I forgot.
I don't know, because you were just reminiscing, and our guest is getting ready to come in now, I think, anyway.
Anyway, she was a lovely, lovely lady. Here he is.
Hey
guys.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm great. Sorry for the mess up, but for some reason I couldn't get it on the computer, which I prefer because it's a bigger screen. For me. But here we are.
Perfect.
Now listen,
Trying to get everything adjusted right.
Are you wanted by the police?
I wouldn't mind because I like the police.
Yeah, no, but if you're wanted by the police, then take your glasses off if you're not wanted.
No, I always wear my glasses.
No, we got to see what you look like.
All his pictures have glasses on.
What, you don't have eyes?
He'll take.
I'll give you one eye.
There you go.
Oh,
hold on. Let's introduce him.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, world-class rock star, professional speaker, and best-selling author, Kenny Aronoff. Hello and welcome to the show.
Awesome, you guys. I hope I'm not late. It was a little bit crazy, guy. I was trying to get it on the computer, but the only way I could get on was with my iPhone.
That's fine. We're all good. The whole thing is fine.
How many people tell you you look like an Italian mafioso?
All the time.
You do. You look like a Brooklyn hitman. You got a great face.
Are you allowed to swear on this show?
Yeah, you can say whatever you fucking want.
No. Jimmy
you know what the alphabet is, don't you? And the New York alphabet's fucking A, fucking B, fucking C.
I'm from Brooklyn. I wrote it.
you know, and my mom's from the Bronx, so
Oh,
it's weird.
Bronx.
I grew up in Western Mass, but I am so New York. It's like everybody thinks I'm from New York. Why would they fucking think that?
I have no idea. But you see, I have a New York accent, which you hear. And people say to me, oh, you have such a New York accent. And I say, no, I want to live in California so I could say, oh, I shot Habiba. What the fuck is that? You know, in New York, we say, yeah, I grabbed a pussy. But I can't deal with the California bullshit. They're so collegey out here. So I don't know what they are.
You know what? I do fine. I just be me. You know, I don't change. I just be me. Kind of got to zip it right now, but I be me. I just am me.
Yes.
Yeah, but in New York, you could curse and nobody says, oh, potty mouth, potty mouth. Out here, you curse among men and they go, oh, your language. I thought, where am I with a bunch of
our
kids?
next door neighbors hate us because the first time we met them, we used the F word. And like after that, they were like,
yeah, and
they won't even talk to us.
And these two prissy old faggots, I mean, they're so queeny and disgusting, you want to smack them around. Because that's how they are. Now, if they ever heard me say that, they'd call the police.
Oh, of course.
They call it a threat.
You know,
they call it a threat.
I gave a speaking. I was one of 20 speakers at the biggest inspirational company in the world called Mind Valley. And I was the last guy after a 4-day thing. And I said to the guy who owns it, I says, is it okay? I won't swear. Don't worry. I won't swear. He says, are you fucking kidding me? Swear, man. You're a rock star. I get up there and, I'm doing my thing. And one of the things I was talking about was Mick Jagger, because I work with the Stones and Mick on his solo record. And I said, listen, and I was talking about teamwork. And I said that Mick understands he's Mick Jagger, but he ain't the fucking Rolling Stones. And so that was fine. But then they posted it. And 6 months later, my agent's calling me up and says, you got to get that off the internet. There's some people in Florida that won't hire you because you swear. I went,
oh, give me a break.
Just tell them I won't swear when I'm there.
There you go.
You know what?
So,
when people say, oh, you swear, I said, listen, you go to the movies, do you watch television? What do you hear? You hear more fucks flying around than anywhere. So get over yourself.
So hold on. We got to do some introductions because you don't even know. So let me introduce you. First of all, this is my cool, outrageous host. He's also my husband. This is Ron Russell. Say hi to Kenny.
Hey, Ron.
Then I'm Jimmy Starr. It's very nice to meet you. I've got a chat room. Literally, I've got Germany, England, Australia, Canada, the United States, all kinds of people in the chat room. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hey, everybody in the chat room. Awesome. I can't wait to come to see all of you with Joe Satriani. Our tour got postponed for a little bit, but we'll be there. I'll be there.
There you go. So we have a lady who's one of our biggest show supporters, and her son is a drummer. And for 5 days, she's been posting the picture that she can't believe like you're coming on and that you're like the greatest drummer in the world and voted #1 5 years in a row. Her name is B. Claudia, and she's in Germany. So please say hi to B. Claudia.
Hey, it's B. Claudia. Nice to meet you.
There you go.
I am dying for some German beer right now.
There you go. And then you got to say hi to Eileen Shapiro because she's in the chat room too.
You know who she is, right?
Yes.
Eileen's the one that hooked us up. She's amazing.
Yeah, I like what you did when you went like that.
You did? You did? Yeah.
That's her boobs.
That's what I do to her every time I grab her tits.
Joe Satriani. What did he say? He says, I asked him if I can speak about the records we're recording. See, we did a record called Shape Shifting and entered the charts at #8 on the real charts, the top 100. And it entered at #8, but then we couldn't tour. So Joe said, well, let's record 2 more records. So I just asked him, is that cool if I talk about it? And he said, yeah.
Cool. That's so funny though that when you just said the real charts, because nowadays with the days of internet, there's like a new fake chart put up every day, and everybody's like, "Look, I'm #1 on this chart." I'm like that's not a real chart.
Exactly, because someone will say, I'm on 20 #1 hit singles. I'm like, on what chart? The one where they bought 50 records? I'm talking about the charts where in the old days, where it was like the album oriented charts. And then the top 100. If you were #1 on the top 100, you were on every radio station, every TV station. you were selling millions of records. You couldn't get a rate. When I was with Mellencamp, you couldn't turn the radio station without having Mellencamp on the radio if you were number one. But now they got 800 charts. It's like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it means absolutely nothing. So let me do some bragging for you real quick. All right, everybody. In case you don't know who this is, who really is rock royalty, because even Rolling Stone put him in the top 100 greatest drummers of all time, which all time is a fucking long time, you guys. He's been in Modern Drummer magazine, #1 studio drummer, #1 pop drummer. And here's some of the people that he's worked with. And I don't know if I just picked out the ones that I pulled off your website, which everybody is Aronoff official. KennyAronoff.com. His Twitter is Aronoff official, which you got to follow me back. But here it is, you guys. This is like bragging rights, and this shit is fucking so badass. It's not even funny. John Mellencamp, Sir Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, the Rolling Stones, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Sting, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger, Dave Grohl, Elton John, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, John Bon Jovi, Steven Tyler, The Smashing Pumpkins, Meatloaf, B.B. King, Rod Stewart, and John Fogerty. And that's just some of them. I know there's more. I just had to pick out the ones that everybody knows because they're all like amazing superstars. I'm actually doing a movie right now and I'm working with B.B. King's grandson.
Awesome. That is awesome.
So do you have a favorite? Like you've done, we'll also talk about the fact that you're an author and a speaker, but let's go music a little bit. Like
wait, before we go there, I have to let the old bags that watch our show get something too.
Okay.
What do you think of Gene Krupa?
Love him.
Best drummer, you think?
Well, I mean, if I had to pick the best jazz drummer, if I had to, it would be Buddy Rich, because he was in a planet of his own. In rock and roll, I would have to say John Bonham with Led Zeppelin, because
but in jazz, you have to say jazz would be Gene Krupa.
No, he just said somebody else.
I said Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich.
No, I think Gene Krupa was incredible. I mean, I never saw, you couldn't see his drumsticks move.
Well, Buddy Rich, though, come on. Buddy Rich actually had the fastest technique of all of them over Louis Bellson, Gene Krupa. Gene was good, but Buddy was born a prodigy genius. At 4 years old, he was tap dancing and drumming. It was off the hook. Yeah. And I got to record with the Buddy Rich Big Band and perform with them after Buddy died in New York City. Neil Peart, the drummer from Rush, produced a two CD set for Atlantic Records, and they asked me to record 2 songs, and they were trying to get me to do like rock and roll type songs, and I went no, and I want to record jazz songs. Because I grew up playing jazz. My parents were from New York, so I had a huge jazz influence. So, yeah, I got to play with that band. I mean, that's my opinion. But Gene Krupa was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I bet that Buddy Rich didn't do as much cocaine as Gene Krupa.
No, I think that Buddy probably did the cocaine and Gene did a lot of marijuana. Right?
No, not actually. Jane Russell, who was my good friend, knew him well. And she said that he was so coked up all the time. I mean, he just did lines and lines of coke. He was burnt out. That's why he was able to play the drums as he did, because he didn't even know where he was.
Yeah.
He became the drums. What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, I've always, I'm no saint, but the thing is, I always put work ahead of partying. In other words, I never drink. I never do anything before I play. And even in my wildest days, it was anything that got in the way of my job and my success and my career, I would not do it.
That's why you're so successful.
Smart man, absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's what 40 years. That's why. I mean, I'm still, now that I'm 29.
So am I. We were born the same year.
Yeah, exactly. Except if you shave your hair, you'll look like me.
I look like you without shaving my hair.
So wait, how old were you?
You're better looking than me.
How old were you when you started drumming?
10 years old. I saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, and I went apeshit. I went flying off the walls. I had never seen anything like that before. And I said to my mom, "Who are those guys?" She said, "They're the Beatles." And I said, "Well, I want to play with them. Get me in the band. Call them up." She did.
So she did, and they said yes.
Yeah, and I got fired. I started a band because she said no. The thing is, when I didn't know this at the time, but seeing the Beatles on TV, I realized that was my purpose in life before I even knew what those words meant. And meaning that I felt it in my heart. I mean, thoughts are just ideas, but feelings are the truth. And how you feel is who you are. Nobody can deny you of who you are. There's no discussion. I wanted to be in a rock and roll band. I just didn't know how to do it at 10 years old. So I started my own band, and we played Beatles music at 10.
That's awesome.
That's how you do it. Now I'm going to throw a name at you. Do you know this guy, Stephen Perkins?
Absolutely.
Do you love him? I love him.
I love him.
We love him. We love
He's
Stephen.
a sweetheart of a man, and a sweetheart of a guy, and also
best friend.
Band is killer. I love Jane's Addiction.
Yes, he's a.
But what do you think of Stephen Perkins as a drummer?
Great. He
Great.
created his own style. He's got. I kind of liken him a lot to me in that we both play with a lot of feeling and passion.
I love it.
Well, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever want to meet, and a good friend of ours.
I've always been like a big fan of like drummers. When I first started the show, we would have we had the drummer for Pop Evil, and then we had Bobby Blotzer from Rat came on, and we had all these cool drummers. And to me, the drummers, a lot of times in my head, at least in my head, it seems like they get overlooked, even though they have the hardest job. Because the drums, I mean, it's so amazing, and you have to be so talented to do it. We also have another friend. Do you know Dave Kendrick?
Dave Kendrick. I can't place his name. I might have met him.
He was in a band. He's in a band right now called Revolution. He's an older guy, but he also drummed with Devo back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And so he's a really good drummer too. And when I see him, but the skill that it takes to be a drummer is just freaking amazing.
Do you know Scott
Page?
Page?
An athlete.
Do you know Scott Page, the saxophone player?
Absolutely.
Is Scotty not the best? He's a good friend of ours. We love him too.
Great head of hair.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
So does Ron.
Right.
So they bond over the hair.
No, we have so much fun together, Scott and I. I mean, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, Scott is a sweetheart. He's the one that introduced me recently to Eileen, and she was the one that brought me to you guys.
Actually, Eileen and I, we have a PR company called World Star PR. I'm her business partner in World Star PR. And
awesome.
so she every time she's very nice to send all the people our way. Because we get a lot of great guests through the people that Eileen's met. Scott's brought us a ton of great guests. Stephen Perkins has been on. We go to see those Think Experience shows in LA a lot. Are you in LA?
Yes, I'm in Studio City or LA. Yeah.
I wish you would be at one of the events. I'd like to hear you live. You should. I'm going to talk to Scott to put you in.
No, he can't take Steven's place.
No.
Actually, they had me on that show. Is it a new thing they're doing since the pandemic?
Oh no, that's a new thing, but that's a cool thing. That's cool.
You're talking about the band they have. Yeah, well, yeah, unless you have double drums. But actually, I used to have a show.
You could do a solo.
You could just go in and take over.
Yes, listen. In my day, Gene Krupa did solos. The orchestra stopped, and Gene Krupa did 5 minutes of the most incredible percussion you'd ever heard. I would love to see you do a solo. I'm going to talk to
Louis Bellson on Skin Deep with Duke Ellington. It'll blow your mind. It's one of the most musical solos. Skin Deep with the Duke Ellington band with Louis Bellson.
You're talking real royalty, Duke Ellington. My God, I love Duke Ellington.
Yeah.
I'm 8 years old, so that's how come I know all these people.
Yeah.
I really.
So, I have a show. The Baked Potato in right down the street from me is a really cool club where all some of the greatest musicians in LA have played. They only seats 75 people.
I hung out there for years.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a thing called Kenny Aronoff and Friends, and I would have 5 different artists come and play with me through the night. I do a whole set, doing everything from Zeppelin to ZZ Top to Sabbath to Ozzy, all over the map. And then one night I featured Stephen Perkins. We did an Allman Brothers set, and it was double drums. It was cool.
That would be awesome.
That'd be fabulous. When I hung out at the Baked Potato, Earl Palmer, the drummer, you know Earl Palmer?
Oh, man, I knew him.
A great guy, Earl, studio musician. And Earl was a good buddy of mine. And Crazy Red Fox came in.
Wow.
Oh, I loved Red Fox. He was
it was unbelievable.
There was a beautiful blonde girl that was seated there, and he walked right over to her and he stuck his tongue in her ear.
Well, at least it was just his ear, her ear.
Yeah, but
I
that's
I
how
thought
Red
you
Fox
were, you
was.
stuck
He
your
was so
tongue.
outrageous with the ladies. He was a chaser. We had
You
a
know
lot
what?
of nice friends that hung out in Baked Potato. It's still there. I used to go to the Baked Potatoes in the 60s or 70s. I
Yeah.
forgot. That's how many years it's there. It's a great jazz club. Everybody should go. Small seating.
Yeah, the greatest. You get the greatest musicians there, and you're up close. I mean, I was the MC, and I was kind of semi Kenny Aronoff, Don Rickles type thing. But the audience is like you're on stage with. We're all in the same room together. It's not like this big stage and they're down there. It's like being in a living room, and I'm just talking and playing to people.
I love that.
Now, are you playing there ever?
Well, not right now because of the pandemic. They're doing, I think,
after
virtual stuff.
After the shit's over.
I mean, I have a studio called Uncommon Studios LA. I'll be going from here to that studio today and record 5 songs. And 2 days ago, I did 5 songs, 10 songs. And people send me files from all over the world. Been doing stuff with Chris Lord-Alge, one of the greatest engineers ever for a top 100 radio. And but I've now converted my studio into a virtual speaking room, so I can do all my corporate speaking from my studio with the sound of my drums from my big, the great sounds from my studio. But then I'm having it, cameras and a whole set where I speak and then I play, I speak and play, just like if I was at a 600 seat.
That sounds fabulous.
That's the world of the future too, though.
Listen.
That's how things are going to be. So it's good you did that.
Do you ever go to the Baked Potato to jam?
Well, I all the time, but lately.
Well, let us know. Let us know. We'll drive in from Palm Springs to see and hear you.
Wait a minute. You're in Palm Springs now?
Yeah.
That's where we live.
Well, a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 100 miles.
I thought you were on Long Island right now.
No, Eileen's on Long Island. We're here in Palm Springs.
Eileen's on Long
piece
Island.
of cake.
East
That's
Coast,
easy.
West Coast. We go
Oh,
into LA when the pandemic's not going on. We go to LA all the time for red carpet premieres and for all kinds of stuff all the time.
piece
But
of cake.
I'm a percussion nut. My favorite, you're gonna love this one. My favorite music I ever heard was the guys that bang on the garbage pails. What were they called? I saw them in radio.
Oh, you
City.
mean Stomp?
Stomp. Did you not love Stomp? I mean,
knew one of the guys who
banging on
started it.
pipes, garbage.
He said he knows one of the guys who started it.
See,
Fabulous.
I did 4 years at Indiana University School of Music, which was the #1 school of music for classical music. I eventually ended up in the Jerusalem Symphony Orchestra. I mean, I went to Tanglewood after 4 consecutive years of auditioning and worked with Leonard Bernstein, Aaron Copland, Arthur Fiedler, Sergio Zauer. That was the elite #1 student orchestra in the country. They only take 7 percussionists in the whole world. Took me 4 years to get in. But one of the guys at Indiana University, when he graduated, he was, I think, a vocal major, and he was one of the original guys with Stomp. And he plays with he was playing with Bon Jovi, and I've seen him with Springsteen.
That's freaking
What
awesome.
a fabulous idea to do it with all kinds. I mean, they do pots and pans, garbage pails,
Yeah.
garbage
And
newspapers, everything that you could possibly think of, and the music is fabulous.
So hang on, I have a question. I have a question. So okay, so you've worked with almost like every major cool ass person on the planet. Do you have like a bucket list? Like this is the one person I haven't done anything with yet, and this is the person I want to do something with, or have you already like done something with everybody you'd ever wanted to do stuff with?
Well, I thought at one point one of the coolest bands would be Jeff Beck, me, and Sting.
Oh
Sting
wow!
on bass vocals, Jeff Beck on guitar, and but I mean, I would love to play with Queens of the Stone Age. I mean, that'd be cool. But it's like I don't really like dwell on who I haven't played with. I'm just enjoying every moment I'm in at that moment.
Dude,
And,
you're like seriously like rock royalty, and so the fact that they'll all be eventually everybody's going to come to you any day. What about who are some of the musicians that are at bands that are out now that you're like, wow, those are really cool band? Like what kind of stuff do you listen to when you are not playing? Do you listen to your own stuff, or do you listen
when
to
I'm not playing, I'm writing charts like that.
Okay.
I bet when you're not playing, you're listening to Doris Day.
No, I know. When I'm not playing, I'm preparing for the next. Like yesterday, when I wasn't playing, I spent 4 hours writing those type of charts. Every note I'm going to record today. And then tonight, when I'm done, I'm going to have to write 5 more songs. I'm constantly, because I have that reading skills from all that schooling I got, I can write every single note out. That's why it's very helpful to do that, to be able to, when you do the Kennedy Center honors, you're changing notes, you're changing stuff by the second. You got Sting coming up to you, Springsteen coming up to you, Elton John, Mellencamp, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. And they're saying, can you try that? Can you try that? You write it down, you change it. I mean, without reading, you cannot do those gigs. So I'm always, like, one example is I'm in Vegas doing a show with Fogerty. Next morning I wake up, I'm on a plane to Russia. I'm studying and going over 32 songs that I'm going to have to record and film the next day. When I land in Russia, I go right to the Kremlin. I'm rehearsing some of the songs. Next day, rehearse the rest. Bam, filming, recording. No way could I memorize that. Then I get back on the plane. I'm getting ready to perform 25 more songs with guys like Steve Lukather, Billy Gibbons, Nancy Wilson from Heart, on and on, for another show that I'm going to do 3 days later. Couldn't do it if you can't read music. And
Right.
not only do I read music, but I write down the tempos, who to count off to. I got instructions with the stage manager, the producer, and the musical director. And I orchestrate all of that. It's not just playing drums anymore.
That's amazing.
But what's
though.
really nice about your career is you made a lot of money. A lot of people have
I
careers.
did?
Well, come on, please. You're loaded. You got more money than you need. But a lot of people in our business.
2 divorces, buddy.
Well, I take that back. You're a poor man. I'll send you some money and food. And they must have cleaned you out, those bitches. But
No,
anyway.
they did. I'm good. It's like being
You
a
work
running
all the
back.
time.
But wait a second. They made me forget what I'm going to say. See, when you're old, you forget everything.
That's okay.
No, you're going to say how nice my hair looks.
I love it.
Your hair
It's
looks
fabulous.
great.
I love the glasses
And
too.
you don't have to worry about
Yeah,
the
you
wind
like these?
in your hair.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys.
So-
Versace.
So let's do a little promotional thing for you. I know you wrote a book called Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll, the hardest hitting man in show business. Has that been out for a long time?
It's been I think 4 years. They're doing it came out in paperback in May. They didn't tell me. And now they're doing an audio version, and I'm screaming, I'm supposed to be doing the audio version. So I'm waiting for a phone call. I'm trying to say, hello, I think I should be doing the audio version of the book. Right?
You should, absolutely. People would love hearing it from you.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to go fucking A. So then I went fucking B. And then you motherfuckers, then I did this, and fuck yeah. Nobody's going to say that like me.
Absolutely. No.
I mean, I really have to tell you something. That sort of language really offends me. It gets me so fucked up I can't breathe, you motherfucker. But anyway.
Hey, you know what?
That's Brooklyn. You know, nobody gets it out here. In Brooklyn, if you're walking down the street and you run into a friend, you say, hey, fuckface, how you doing? And nobody gets upset. Or, hey, fucko. Hey, fucko, what's new? Here, you walk up to them and say, hey, fucko, what's new? They run, police, guns, shooting. I mean, forget it. I miss Brooklyn. You miss the Bronx?
Yeah. Oh, I love New York.
I love New York, too. I'll always be a New Yorker.
Do you go back and visit often?
Not enough, but I do. I have a friend who has this incredible, like $5 million apartment right down on Chelsea, and it's gorgeous. And when I go there, I got this incredible apartment. You can go on the roof and look up, and there's Radio City Music Hall. You look down, there's the new World Trade Center, and there's Italian restaurants, coffee shops, and
fabulous.
It's the best pizza in the world. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Nothing like New York.
So everybody, to do a quick recap too, though, Kenny's website, you can read about all the different things he does. It's KennyAronoff.com. That's KennyAronoff.com. He's Aronoff Official on Twitter. You're also like a speaker, like a motivational speaker. Just we got like 10 minutes. Tell us a little bit about it real quick so we can help promote it.
Yeah, basically and there's, if you go on YouTube, there's a channel called Virtual Speaking, and I just did an interview with my agent like 5 days ago. Anyway, it's a speech that it's mostly centers around teamwork, leadership, innovation, creativity, always trying to be as good as you can by working hard, self-discipline, perseverance, and very, very important today is staying relevant by adapting and adjusting over and over and over again. And all those are like action items, but the big umbrella, the big theme, and the big point I try to get across is you need to realize what your purpose in life is, and that comes from a place in your heart. You need to be who you are, and when you find out who you are and what it is that you should do in this lifetime, you'll be unstoppable, undeniable, authentic. And if people don't accept that, fuck them.
There you go. First of all, you've done, and that's exactly what you did.
I agree with the fuck them. All of it I agree with, but the fuck them is really what tells it is. I mean, I go through life doing what I want. We get great reviews on our show, by the way. We're all over the place. We're a #1 show for like.
I've heard. It's amazing. Congratulations.
Some moron.
Thank you.
Wait, some moron asshole, probably a closet case queen, writes in to Jimmy and said, "Why your show is on the air, I'll never know. It's the filthiest show. It's a sewer. That Ron Russell's got a mouth that is so disgraceful. Your show is disgusting. It should be taken off the air. You vote." I mean, you went on and on and on and on.
Don't listen to it. Don't watch it.
Well, you know what I said? I said to Jimmy, I said, be polite, Jimmy. Write him back and say, we understand, and we wish you a good load in your mouth.
You know what? Somebody, every so often people will trash me. Somebody sent me a thing like, I don't get it. You know, and I'm on 300 million records sold and 60 nominated and 1 Grammys. And he says, I don't get it. I don't understand why anybody likes your playing. Your playing sucks. I don't get it. And he went on and on. I don't ever respond. I just like, wow, dude, don't listen to my playing then, you know?
If you don't like it, go someplace else.
And then he signed the note, Stephen
Perkins.
No, Stephen, he's like so kind to me and so gracious. And
he is the nicest fellow.
The guy is like, he's like a brother. He says, you keep getting better.
We love him. I think he's got 12 or 14 children.
No, that's me.
How many kids you got?
Well, I got 1 kid, but you know, I used to think, God, it's going to be probably 100 that are becoming. I need college money, but I never saw any bald, big-nosed guys come up to me.
That's good. They never came up. So, like when you're touring all the time, are the women? He asked us to. We had Robert Bell from Kool and the Gang on before you, and they were like, Ron's asking him if all the women throw panties up on the stage for you when you're like on tour.
Oh yeah. Well, we used to play Madison Square, place like Madison Square Garden, sold out, Mellencamp, no opening act, just us. And I remember one time I go to my tech, I go, come here. And goes like, what's wrong? I said, you see the chick in the 3rd row with the big tits and the white and blue shirt? Give her a backstage pass, after show pass. And so he runs down there, I'm going, ain't that America for you? And he's going, her? I'm going, yeah, that's her. Taps on her shoulder. She looks at me like, oh, hi. I went, hi, right in the middle of sold out 20,000 people.
Oh, she must have came. On. She came.
I never saw her backstage, but he gave her the pass.
Well, Scott Page, again, I said that to Scott. There's broad stroke motel keys up there and panties up there. He said, oh, no, never.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Scott Page is vanilla. He's the cleanest queenest straight guy in the world. He's not gay. But no, Scott's not gay. That was a mistake, everybody. Please.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah, he's going to be calling us in a minute.
No, that was a slip of my stupid.
He just uses the word queen a lot.
But he said
that. He says he's calling him. Yeah. We love you, Scott.
Scott said you're gay, so you're gay.
Scott said he's never cheated on his wife in all those years he's married. That when women threw panties at him in car keys, motel keys, he just let them lay on the stage. And I said to him, did you know that Cinderella was a real person?
How about he's Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Oh, he loves this. Scott's gonna have such a fun thing when he watches this.
You gotta like
Well,
love.
well, I admit, I mean, it was playing, and then it was,
Playing.
Now, answer me a question that everybody wants to ask but don't have the balls. Here we go. Do you think that fucked up your 2 marriages because you cheated a lot with the broads?
Oh, that definitely didn't help. I mean, my second wife she's unbelievable. I love her family, and she's totally cool. She got pulled up on stage by Mellencamp at Madison Square Garden, and then that's how I saw her for the first time. My third wife, who I'm married to now, who's gorgeous and I love, I met her in England because somebody said, I was doing a drum clinic tour, and somebody said, hey, you're going to be interviewed. Do you mind getting interviewed when we get to Exeter? I went, yeah, I don't care. And I'm doing sound check, and this unbelievable playmate, gorgeous woman walks in with, tits and ass, the whole deal, and gorgeous. And I'm like, what is she doing here? A guy's drum clinic. And so at the end of sound check, I went, where's that guy who's going to interview me? He says, that guy is sitting right over there, and it was her.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Now, she interviews me, but guess what her last question was to me? This was the deal breaker. She looks at me with these fiery, gorgeous blue eyes, smiling, and goes, so I ask everybody this question. When you play drums, do you wear boxers or briefs?
And you said nothing.
Nothing.
Thank you. Exactly.
You said one of the drumsticks is your dick. Your
Too
dick
small,
is the bass.
too small, too thin.
Drum. No, I thought the last question she would have been to you was how big is your dick, because she was falling in love. But no, seriously, they should know that you do use your penis as the drum, the big bass fiddle, the big bass drum, not fiddle.
Bass fiddle.
I've been ill for 2 days, so forget me.
The bass fiddle. That's
Terrible
good.
Yeah, the bass fiddle.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm
I
from New York, you
do
got it.
have a reputation, but we probably shouldn't get into that right now.
Listen, me on this. Look, I've been an actor forever, so I have been on so many movies, television, and shit. If I tell you the kits I got when I was a young kid, I was a good looking guy. Oh, I got them. Every fag in the studio would find me and come after me. So, and even when I worked a stand-up comic, people would send cards backstage. My wife and I are having a party. Why don't you come? And all that shit. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
All that.
Yeah,
weird.
I mean, it's just fun, man. It's like, I just had a sign around my neck that said, open for business 24 hours a day.
There you go.
Yeah, but I was always married at the time, and I tried to keep it as good as I could.
No, I blew it. I definitely blew it. I take full credit for it. And that was the tricky part in the book, because I felt that, that was you got to be honest in an autobiography, but you can't be too revealing to hurt people. So I take full credit.
I agree with that.
On not being a present and mature enough and committed to what marriage really is, which is a commitment to being monogamous is one of the things, and being honest. And I never grew out of high school or something. It was like, and the thing is, in the music business, and at least in our band, I mean, we weren't Motley Crue, but everybody was doing it. You were in that environment. We were young. Audience was young. Girls throwing underwear at us. Girls showing their tits at us. I mean, it was really difficult to not, act on that. It was just natural,
You know what? It's a good thing Eileen Shapiro didn't throw her tits at you, because she'd have broken your head.
Wow.
She'd have killed you. You know what she
got
looks?
huge boobs.
You know what Eileen looks like?
We made her tits famous.
I've only seen her face. I haven't seen her tits.
Oh, they're huge, and we like
Eileen's.
We've made them famous. We talk about them all the time.
I do. Don't get in on my act. Eileen's boobs are enormous. I mean, they are beyond enormous.
So hold on, everybody.
That's
So you guys, this is
okay.
Kenny Aronoff because we've only got like 30 seconds. This is Kenny Aronoff. You can follow him on Twitter, Aronoff Official. Aronoff is ARONOFF Official. His website is KennyAronoff.com. He's like a fucking rock star royalty. We want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. Anything that you got going, and you guys read his books, Sex, Drugs, Rock and Roll, the hardest hitting man in show business, but do not get the audio book until he voices it. There you go. And Kenny, we want to thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll be in touch and talk to you again. Good luck with everything, and congratulations on all your success. Thank you so much.
And I feel like you're a New York buddy. You're my New York buddy.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on. You're a great guy.
All right,
what
everybody.
a nice fella. See, New Yorkers are so nice. Everybody says, "Oh, New Yorkers are so mean and crappy." That's not true. New York people are friendly and outspoken and wonderful.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Thanks, Rebel. Thank our guests. Thanks, everybody in the chat room. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
In the mix, yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go, the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live, and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Missing past episodes, download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.